Hi and welcome back. It's code.org again. We are in Computer Science Discovery course, Unit 3, Animations and Games. Scroll down to Chapter 2, Lesson 17, Complex Sprite Movement. Click on Lesson Overview. In this lesson, you will learn how to combine the velocity of sprites with the counter to create more complex sprite movements, such as simulating gravity, making a sprite jump, and allowing a sprite to float left or right. In the final levels, you will learn how to create a game in which a character flies around and collects coins. Continue. In level 2 of lesson 17, you're asked to predict what will happen after running the code we're having here. Here we have sprite that will be created in x equals 50 and y equals 200. Inside the drawing loop, we're having sprite 1 dot velocity x equals sprite 1 dot velocity x plus 0.1. What does it mean? It means as long as the program is running, the value of velocity x of sprite 1 will be increased by 0.1. Do you remember what is the meaning of velocity? Velocity means the speed of the sprite, meaning if we added a value to the velocity of the sprite, it will speed up the sprite, while subtracting any value from the velocity will slow down the sprite. Click run to see what do we have. Here we have a sprite moves from left to right, and the speed of the sprite is increasing gradually. Click reset and run. Okay, it will increase. So you need to write your answer here. Finish. Continue. In level 3, we're having here we have a car move across the screen, but it's going very slowly. We need to use velocity x to make the car speed up. Here we have a starting value for velocity x of the car by 0.2, a positive number, meaning the car will move from the left to the right, increasing the value of x. To speed up the car, we're going to sprite dot velocity x. Here, change the sprite name to car, then from math drag a counter with a plus sign, then sprites again, velocity x, change the name to car. We're going to increase the value of x by 0.1 or make it 2 to be fast. Reset and run. Now it's moving fast. Finish. Continue. And level 4 of lesson 17, we're having a rock that falls down the screen. We need to speed up the falling speed of the rock. Okay, this one is answered, so we're gonna move this to start from the beginning. Again, reset and run. Now it falls down very slow. We need to speed up the falling speed. The starting value of the y velocity. Why did we use the y velocity? Because the rock is moving up, down, increasing the value of the y. We're having a starting value definitely by a positive number, 0.5, we need to speed up the falling of the rock. So drag a sprite dot velocity y, change the name of the sprite to rock. From math, yes, a counter with a plus sign, so sprite dot velocity y, change sprite to rock. 0. Starting value was 0.5. We're going to increase the falling down by 4. Run. Finish. Continue. Okay. In this level, we're gonna learn how to slow down sprites. In level 3 to 4, we worked on speeding up sprites. To slow down a sprite, you need to subtract a value from velocity x or velocity y. What do we have here? We're having a car that will run into the water. You need to use the counter to slow it down. Run, it will move and run into the water. We need to slow it down. Okay, but here we have a condition to slow down only if its velocity x is greater than 0. So as long as we're having a condition, we should move to control, drag an if statement here. Okay, our condition to be greater than the velocity x should be greater than 0. So sprites velocity x, okay, change sprite to car, should be greater than 0. Then sprite dot velocity car, okay, will slow down, meaning we need to deduct a value from sprite x. So again, sprites velocity dot x car, again it should be minus 0.25. Reset and run. Okay, it will move and slow down, then stop. Continue. In level 7, we're having a rock that was thrown in the air, but it never falls back down. We need to use sprite.velocityY block with a counter to make the rock slow down and then fall in the other direction. Okay, we need to slow it down and it should fall in here. Here we have a starting value for the rock, velocity y by minus 10. Why do we have minus 10? We need to move the rock up, decreasing the value of y. Now we need to increase the value of y to let the speed of the rock slow down and it falls here. So moving to sprites, sprite.velocity x, makes sprite name rock. Okay, from math, drag a plus or minus, we need to, yes, move it back. So we need to increase the value of y, so a plus sign, back to sprites velocity y rock, okay, plus, what do you think, for how many or the value we need to add to the velocity y to slow down the rock? Can we try like point or 1? Reset and run. Okay, now, so we're going to try point 0.5. Run. Okay. 0.10, so it will move by run up 10 again. Okay, it will come back, it will take time, so we need to increase the 10 to 15. Reset and run. It will move up and then go down. Finish. Continue. In level 8, a sprite has been created for you that falls because its y velocity is increasing inside the draw loop here, meaning as long as the program is running, the value of y will keep on increasing by 0.1. Inside the if block that checks whether the up arrow has been pressed, set sprite's y velocity to -5. Okay, so what do we need is to check what do we have here first. Run. We're having a sprite that falls down. We need to add an if statement here using key down up. When the up arrow is clicked, the sprite should move up. So using velocity sprite dot velocity y, change the name of the sprite to character. Okay, here there is no need to use the counter of y. We need only to minus the value of velocity y by 5. Why? Using key went down function needs you to keep clicking on the up. Click 1 and then 2 and then 3. Okay, so every time you're clicking on the up, you're subtracting 5. So it's the same as having a counter that will subtract again and again and again. Reset and run. Okay, click up and up again and up. Every time I'm clicking on the up arrow, it will subtract 5 from the velocity of y. Okay, we'll go back. Okay, again and again. Finish. In this level, you will make your sprite start floating to the right when the right arrow is pressed. First, you need to add an if statement inside your draw loop, the one you created for the up arrow. So, move to controls, drag an if statement, place it down here, move to the world, drag a key down. As he said, you need to use a key down to make if statement respond when the right arrow is pressed. The main difference between key went down and key down, you need to click only once on the arrow if you're using key down, and your action will be executed. Key went down, you need to click once to fire an action and then click again and again and again. Keep on clicking the arrow to fire your action. If you're using key went down, you need to click only once if you're using key down. Okay, as long as we need to create only once on key down, we're going to use the velocity x with a counter, as we're going to click once and the counter will be repeated again and again and again. Okay, inside if block, use the counter with sprite.velocityx to add 0.1 to the sprite's x velocity. So move to sprite x velocity, change the name of the sprite to character, okay, here, and we got an error here because we didn't, the name of the character is removed, and actually it should be velocity sprite.velocity x, no, it's up y, okay, character, and here character, and key down should be to the right, and we need to add 0.1. so from math, move and drag a counter with a plus sign, and again sprites dot velocity, okay, character plus 1. Try your code, run, moving up, click up, okay, it will move the sprite up, moving to the right, it will move the sprite down to the right, and again up, okay, finish, continue. In level 10, you need to add code to your draw loop that will make the sprite start moving to the left when the left arrow is down. So, moving to controls, you need F statement. From here, select key down and select left. We need to move the sprite to the left. To the left meaning, yes, decreasing the x value. So, sprite dot velocity, change the name of the sprite to character, then from math, select a counter with minus, sprites again, sprite dot velocity x, character minus 0.1, run, okay, moving up, then to the left, okay, it will move to the left, then up again, and finish, continue. In level 11, you will be adding a new coin sprite to your game. You should be working on the top of the program. So you're just adding a new sprite to the game. In the animation, we already have coin. So moving to sprites, var sprite, here, change its name to be coin. Then set your sprite, set animation, change sprite to coin, then select coin from here. Use the sprites X and sprite Y of the sprite to give it a random X and Y position between 0 and 400. So we need to change the position of the coin every time we'll run the program. So sprite X coin dot X will take a random number from 0 to 400. The same for Y coin dot Y math, again random number from 0 to 400. Run. Every time we're going to reset and run the program, we're having the coin in a different place. Finish. Continue. In level 12, you need to place an F statement inside your draw loop. So, control, select an if statement, place it inside the drawing loop, use sprite is touching. Sprite is touching means if the flying character get in touch with the coin, something will happen. So the condition will be sprite is in touching this one, my sprite as the character, and the target as the coin, and the target will be replaced by coin. So if the character get in touch with the coin, what will happen? Inside the if block, write code that sets the coin x and y position to a random number. So every time the character get in touch with the coin will change its place. What should we do? Moving to sprites, sprite.x, change the name of the sprite to coin. We need to have a random value for the x of the coin between 0 and 400. The same for the y. Here, click type coin instead of sprite. In math, move to random number, change it from 0 to 400. Scroll down, run. Okay, move up. Okay, when we get in touch with the coin changed its place. Okay, finish, continue. In level 13, make at least one improvement to the game that makes it your own. Be prepared to share your game changes and improvement with your classmate. So now we're having a game, a complete game. When we move up or when we click the up arrow, the fly character will move up. When we click on the left arrow, it will move up. When it gets in touch with the coin will change its place. Now we need to add some improvement to the game. First of all, we're going to add a score variable. A score will be displayed here to add a score when the character get in touch with the... How to add a score? First of all, we need to create a variable. Do you remember what are variables? Variables are memory spaces that hold changeable data, and the score will be changed as long as the user or anyone is playing the game. It will be increased or decreased. So at the end, it's a changeable value. Move to variables, drag var x equals var x for declaring the variable, and here we're having a space for adding an initial value or a starting value for the variable. This one without initial value, and the last one x equals for using the variable or assigning a value to your variable. So we're going to start by creating the variable here, change it to be score, and the starting value will be 0. We still have an error as we didn't use the variable yet. Down here in the last if statement we made, character is touching the variable score. Remember, we used the last one, the using. The variable score should be increased by 1. So in math, we need to add 1 to the score. Type here score plus 1. Okay, we need to display the value of score on the screen. So moving up here and add in from drawing, I need to type a text. So move to text string. Okay, between the quotation, what will be written will be displayed on the screen. So score okay, we need it here 51 and y 42. 51 for x and y 52. Okay, we need to change the size. So text size, okay, before, not after, before the text, it should be 20. Reset and run. Okay, it should be after the background. Here I guess we need to make it bigger and to change the color, make it black and 25. Okay, here we're going to add 2 dots. Okay, this is just a label or a title for the score. How can I display the score here? Drag another text here, and instead of typing in between quotation, type the name of the variable. So the value of the variable will be displayed on the screen. Okay, we need it here for x as 133. So type 133 and the same y. Okay, sorry, the y should be 52. Okay, the same as score. Run. Here we have the final update of the flyer game. I added another coin under the name the bad coin. The x and the y value has random numbers from 0 to 400. I added another if statement for the new coin. If the character get in touch with the bad coin, the x and the y value will be changed for the bad coin and the score will be deducted by 1. The score variable will be deducted by 1. So if the character get in touch with the coin, the score will be added by 1. If the character get in touch with the bad coin, the score will be decreased by 1. Run. Okay, move up to the good coin. Okay, when we get in touch with the coin, the score added by 1. Reset, run, play again. Okay, 1 up, 1 move to the right. Okay, score is 1 and so on. Thanks for watching.